you all for attending the dedication of the Dr. Su Pinnell Education Building today. I'm Lee Hurren, Dean of the College of Education and Technology, and it's my privilege to welcome you all here today. On behalf of the College of Education and Technology students, staff, and faculty, we welcome you all, and especially our distinguished guests. President James Johnston, President of Eastern New Mexico University, is also Chancellor of the ENMU system. Regent Lance Pyle, Eastern New Mexico University. And of course, our guest of honor, Dr. Su Pinnell. Accompanying Dr. Pinnell today, we have her husband, Jeff Forster, co-author Irene Fuentes, colleague Enrique Puig, and lifelong friend Fosteline Halton. Now, after the ceremony, we hope that all of you will join us inside for refreshments and a tour of this lovely building. Now, before I turn the podium over to Regent Lance Pyle, I feel impressed to share with you today just one small story. Dr. Pinnell, you are Superwoman. Not only is Dr. Pinnell a generous philanthropist beyond expectations, an exemplary educator, a renowned author, but I have also witnessed her on several occasions seek out the one person that needs individual help and support. Thank you. I will now turn time over to Board of Regent member Lance Pyle.
Thanks, Dr. Hurren. And again, on behalf of the Board of Regents, I want to thank everyone for being here this afternoon. We know the worth of an institution when we see alums like Dr. Pinnell, who graduated, built distinguished careers for themselves, and came home to Eastern to give back to the university that started them on their way. As a national recognized educational theorist, a generous philanthropist, supporting ENMU co-teaching projects with Portales schools, the ENMU Childhood Development Center by funding the addition of a classroom for 2-year-olds, and most recently endowing a new professor, Su Pinnell Endowed Chair for the Literacy and Language Education for our young children. Dr. Pinnell's career impacts the lives of our children, students, educators, and will for many generations to come. As a regent, I have no greater honor in recognizing our distinguished alumna who has set us on the road to making ENMU a better institution, more responsive to our mission, and our legacy as a regional leader in teacher education. On behalf of Eastern New Mexico University Board of Regents, it's my honor to officially rename the Education Building the Dr. Su Pinnell Education Building. Thank you, Dr. Pinnell. And if our Chancellor, Dr. Johnston.
Thank you, Regent Pyle, and thank you everyone for joining us to honor Dr. Pinnell. I am always grateful for the opportunity to recognize and to thank one of our outstanding alumna. But occasions such as this are truly special. We have the opportunity to honor a donor, a philanthropist, and a simply wonderful person. It is well understood that we support our passions. We give back to those areas of interest that are important to us. Dr. Pinnell has a career and legacy around literacy and learning. Such a passion and her support of ENMU provides a pathway to prepare our students to teach, and through them, the youth for whom doors will be opened and opportunities provided. We do recognize that we are but one small part of something truly special that Dr. Pinnell has created, something that will continue for generations to come, and we are honored to be in that company. As noted in your program and by Regent Pyle, Dr. Pinnell's generosity has certainly supported the efforts within the College of Education and Technology, such as retaining talented faculty through an endowed chair, the co-teaching project, as well as the university through improvement of facilities and the addition of the beautifully renovated Casa del Sol. Through this support, she has added to what we are able to deliver as a university to our students and to the community as a whole. To say thank you does not seem enough. To name a building in her honor does not seem enough. To support and in some way continue her life's work does not seem enough. But they are all offered with our heartfelt appreciation, and so we take this opportunity to again say thank you for your support of Eastern New Mexico University. Thank you, Dr. Pinnell. And it is now my honor to invite Dr. Pinnell to the podium for comments.
Well, I guess the word is you're welcome. You're very welcome. This is a place worth investing in. Last spring when I was here speaking at the commencement, I fell down the steps of the Student Union building, so calling this an athletic injury, broke my leg. And nevertheless, I was received graciously by the graduates and very proud to be here at that time. And I'm even, of course, prouder to be here today. This is kind of a coming full circle to me. My lifelong friends, Judy Vance Kroom and Fosteline Kolbicki Talley, I got the names. We were in high school here. Knew each other well, cruised around this campus before we were college students, but it never bothered, we didn't have the anxiety because we knew we could go right down the road and enroll in a place that would be fun to be, which we did a lot of playing around, but a place where we could get an education that we could afford and that would see us well for the rest of our lives, and that's been true for all of us. And I think it's still that way. So this is a place that you can, without worrying so terribly much about student loans and scholarships, and it's a place where you can get a quality education that kids can afford, and I think that's really important today. So I was very glad to see the graduates in education and other areas last spring, and it's wonderful to see some of you very young ones here ready to go out there, because you're the ones that are shaping the future and doing the work. Now, at the same time we hit campus, the education building was made up of 4 barracks buildings put together in what we called the quadrangle. And that seemed quite normal to us at that point in time. And then my father taught here in education. He moved into what was called the new education building, which of course over the course of time became the old education building. And so now this is the new one, and it has my name and my mother's name and his name all up there. It's kind of overwhelming. I'll try to live up to it. But I'm very pleased to be here, and I thank my co-author Irene Fountas, who has helped me make a contribution of value to education, and her brother, who is my brother, Paul, surprised us by coming in at 1 this morning and appeared at my door right after I jumped out of the shower with almost nothing on to surprise me, and I really appreciate that. So special is Shirley Wallman, known to almost everybody here, who was my boss and teacher for the 2 years I taught at the university preschool. at a little old house where the floor is sloped. And we cooked the children's lunch in the little kitchen. And now you have the most beautiful child development center that's a pleasure to go in and watch and see. So this place has changed, not in its heart, but in its capacity, in its programs, its size, and in the beautiful buildings that you've been able to create here. Congratulations to all of you. I hope you feel an ownership for this place and a loyalty, and that it plays a part in your life that's special, as it has in mine. Thank you.